What?
Certainly is.
Well, you know, it makes an easy target. Like the last caller, the last thing he said is like, well, I want to know, how is it my fault? He goes, well, you Screech. That's what he said before he was cut off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, being Screech is the easy target, yeah.
Demetrius from Philly is saying that those percentages that Tim Sabian was giving off earlier about how much percentage we've gone up in Philly over the past year had just went down 23.9% across the board, and they're still dropping. You took 3 hours of my life away, and I want it back, says Dennis.
Oh, jeez. Noel.
Yo, any of them guys wearing a wig? Get them out of here.
Huh?
You know, I don't... more and more that the callers keep calling in, I'm not feeling bad about their insults. I mean, you know...
No one has anything today.
Thank God next year.
Here, out there, no one.
June 7th falls on a Saturday.
Anywhere. All I know is that I love you guys.
The whole room... Todd from Buffalo, the whole room should be fumigated with leukemia.
Borrowing from Norton there,
That's the best I could pull out was an old dopey leukemia line. I had one good one today, and now going on exactly 3 hours.
Trainwreck radio. That's what they're calling it, Opie.
Let's see what Lewis has. Lewis?
Right, maybe Lewis has something.
Lewis.
Yeah, what's the deal? We go from cringe radio to coma radio?
All right, Lewis.
Okay, that sucked.
No, Lewis, it was okay.
And cut.
Lewis?
Yeah.
Who is the problem today?
I don't know. Maybe Dusty Boy?
Why?
I don't know. Hey, Dustin, who are you going to fight next, Pagoda? Why don't you go beat up a bunch of old people at the age home?
Why? Because Fox approached me and said, here, we'll give you 6 figures to go into a boxing match.
Oh. 6 figures?
Yeah, hell yeah.
6 figures, man. Talk about a freak show.
Dustin,
I don't care.
Dustin, you're not going to turn around by bragging about how much money you made.
I'm not bragging, but I'm also not going to defend myself either.
They're going to hate you even more.
How can they hate me more?
I got to side with Dustin on that one. For 6 figures, you got to do it.
Hell, for 4 figures, I'll stay at Michael Jackson's house. I'm negotiable. I don't care.
Well, it depends on where the decimal point is.
What?
Yes, Jim?
Can we
Are you
just
done
play
reading
my
your
CD? I'm funny.
What, play your CD?
My CD.
But is it radio friendly?
Why would we play your CD?
So.
You're here live.
Yeah.
I know. Well, ask me a question or something. Yeah, set me up or something.
Look at the list on the back of a CD.
All right, I'll try to set
and then try to set them up based on...
I'll give you a setup.
Give a setup.
No. All right, now you're reading all these.
Hey, that Jesus.
Jesus.
He, birthdays.
We're going to get
Jesus.
bleep. We're going to...
no, okay.
No, Jesus.
Is that
we all know, Jesus, we all know he was a carpenter, but was he any good at that, We're like, other people were like, hey, it's a good thing that Messiah thing worked out, because, he built a shed for me, and he wasn't that good at that.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I like that.
It must have been hard for Joseph to discipline Jesus, too. He must have been like, Jesus, I went in this house by 10 p.m., and Jesus was like, yeah, whatever, you ain't my real dad anyway,
See? Now we're cooking.
That's funny.
Now we're banging on all
cylinders. I just feel like such a whore when I'm just doing jokes,
Oh, no. Don't you feel like a whore about that. We need it.
Hey, Dustin, you want me to set you up with some?
Hey, at this point, I'm feeling like, it's my fault.
No!
What else? I got heavy shoulders. I'll take the blame,
It's not your fault.
It's not. It really...
What do you... I think I should just go back and play with the rats.
It's not your fault. No.
Come on.
Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Do you like that sex?
I like sex.
With your
sex is good.
With your girlfriend?
Yeah, my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend. Whenever I'm having sex, I'm always thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe I don't do this more often. In fact, we're going to do it again right afterwards. And then I get done and I'm like, well, not right after. I'm not a machine. But you got to be careful whatever you say when you get done making love. Like, you can't get done and just go, hey, your sister's beautiful. That's like a no-no.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, she always wants to talk right after sex. She's always like, what was your favorite part of making love?
See, that might be a problem.
That was really, really dirty.
See, that's dirty.
You went too far with that.
That's dirty.
I was inspired. Norton's here, man. That guy.
Norton, are you having a hemorrhage?
He goes to an edge.
I have nothing that might even be considered amusing to say. I have nothing to say.
Just go home. They'll blame Aunt and I anyway.
I gotta
That's
take
true.
part responsibility.
We'll just throw an old Brewer bit on and leave.
Dustin?
Yeah.
Do you like sex?
I like sex. I always think the same thing. I should do this more often. I don't have an I like sex bit. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's just a constant battle.
Here's a little joke I used to do.
Jimmy? Yeah? Yeah.
You know you're dating a gal who's too young for you when you take off. All right.
As Opie hits the dump button.
Did I get dumped?
Stop!
I did it on...
Did you listen to Anthony earlier?
I did it on NBC.
Let me explain. Let me tell you something. You know, Norton,
don't even say that word anymore.
Norton brings up a point. Kids are having sex younger and younger. At least ones I'm having.
Well, wait for the...
Oh! Stop! I did that joke on Louis Anderson on NBC.
That's
well,
great.
I was very happy
I
for
would
Louis.
never do that joke I just did on stage, but...
You know what happens? You can bounce up and down on a frozen lake, right? Mm-hmm. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Just jump, and everything's fine. If you're on that thin ice, it's still the same lake.
Good point.
And it's still frozen, but the ice is a little thinner over here. Until we, at some point, move to the thicker ice, it's best not to jump.
Let's not jump.
Good point.
Sure, sometimes jumping's fine.
So wait a minute, where's
I can't believe I just dumped down on my pal Jim Norton.
Is there a lake here?
You're better off.
Let me go to Anthony. Anthony might have something on the phone.
No, I have nothing.
Anthony.
On the phone.
Anthony.
What's up, O&A?
Hey.
You guys rule, man.
All right.
Does Dustin Diamond, does he have any bits? Does he do anything funny? I mean, anything?
Yeah, he's doing comedy.
He's at McGuire's in Bohemia tonight on Long Island.
Like, throw him a set, give him something. I want to hear something he's going to do.
What is your act about?
Well, so you have to understand how it works. Any comic who's ever been on stage struggling, and for 45 minutes, it's a long time to dangle, And
dangle.
Once you have a downward spiral like this, there's nothing you can say to bring up the audience. There really is nothing. There's nothing that I can say that's going to make people... Because if I say something that I know is tried and true, for years, I do it all the time, that works and kills every time. If I do it now, people are going, oh, that's not funny.
You're a smart man.
Because it's, come on.
Hold on, I'm going to challenge you. Give us one.
The difference is, though, people on the radio,
one.
you'd be surprised. People listening at home, you're right in front of an audience, definitely.
Because now,
guys on the radio,
because now it's like, okay, be funny, and now everyone's going, okay, let's see how funny he is,
Let me go to this guy, French something. French.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, that's why. French.
Yes.
I hear
Screech, is Screech there?
Yep.
You effing has been.
Hey.
You effing show sucks. You look like a gay F on this show, man. And you're not funny.
At least he's using the proper terminology, saying F.
You
and
see,
not
you
the
effing
F word.
douchebag.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
you're not
actually,
funny, you fat scumbag.
I think it would be S-bag and D-bag.
Yeah, you think you're funny, you has been.
And has been French.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Your effing show sucks.
Well, he's not bathing, you know that.
Thank you.
You look like a faggot on this show before, and you look like a faggot now.
On this show? It's radio, sir.
Yeah, suck it. You know that?
Hey, Frenchie, what's your problem with Screech there?
But you look like a stupid moron on that show.
What show?
Saved by the effing Bell.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, you look like a dick. I'm sure he still looks the same. You know, with his effing hair like that. That looks nice.
All right.
You look like you had a patch on your head.
Okay.
So you consider yourself a fan?
Yeah.
A fan? Every time I saw that show, I destroyed the TV. I threw a goddamn baseball bat through the TV.
All right. Very good. Okay, well, excellent.
You got a lot of baseball.
Come on down to McGuire's.
Douchebag. Faggot.
I love when a Frenchman calls me a douchebag.
Is there anything negative you want to say?
Douchebag.
Yeah, you douchebag.
How do you really say?
You suck ass.
I totally want a sample of that.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
About 10 people is going to show up to your show tonight, and then you're going to go outside and kill yourself.
Oh, my God.
You're worse than Voss. Voss is funnier than you.
Hey, you want to come on the road with me?
You know Voss? You know that short little man? You know, with T-Rex arms? He's more funny than you.
All right, Frenchie.
All right, take it easy, guys.